Hello, Mr. Hausler here. This video is for Chapter 8 test prep. Chapter 8 is on exponents and functions. This one is obviously on functions. EO16 is functions. What would the input be if you placed x into f of x and then took the answer and plugged it into g of x? Okay, so that's how you read those, f of x, g of x. So over here I see the f of x. Remember, f of x, fancy way of saying y. G of x is also just a fancy way of saying y. And y is just a way of saying what's your output. X is my input, y is my output. So if I put x equals 10 into f of x, let's start there. What do I get? Because that's step one. Step one, whatever answer I get, plug it in here, that's step two. Okay? So I'm going to go with darker markers so you can maybe see it better. So I'm going in here. I'm going to go ahead and just replace that with a y because to me that just helps. It's a fancy way of saying y. I'm going to say, putting in 10 into this. 5 times 10 in for x, add a 10. From here I have to follow order of operations, which means multiply before I add that 10. Y is equal to negative 50 plus 10. Y is a negative 40. Cool? So check step one. And then, if I take that answer and I plug it into the other formula. So this is going to be my input into there. So now I'm going to kind of make that be the x value. So again, I'm going to say y instead of g of x. I just call it y. This is going to turn into the input. It's going to go right in for x. Okay, I know it says y here, but according to their instructions, they want it now to become an input, which then makes it an x value. So 7 times negative 40 minus 4 divided by 3. May or may not need a calculator on this one, but GEMDAS still. I'm still doing order of operation. Again, I like to call it GEMDAS. Because it doesn't always have to be parentheses, it can be grouping symbols. And in fact, a fraction bar is a grouping symbol. I must simplify that numerator before I ever think about dividing by that 3. Remember, fraction bar is also division sign. So, I have to go up here. Up here I have to use order of operations. So I must be multiplying and dividing before I ever think about subtracting that 4. Sorry, switching up colors here. So now I'm going to put y is equal to, multiply there, that's a negative 280. Okay, because 7 times 4 is 28, just add the 0. Subtract 4, divide that by 3. Still not simplified the top, I have to take care of that group first. That turns into negative 284. Since they're both negative, I just add it up and keep the negative. 284, subtract 4 more, gets me a negative 284. Divide by 3. Now I can finally do the division. A negative divided by positive is a negative number. 284 divided by 3, 2 plus 8 is 10 plus 4, 14 divided by 3. Actually not going to be divisible by 3, so the best thing I can do is see if I can reduce this. Well, obviously I can't reduce it because the 3 can't go into it. So that is our answer. I can keep the answer that way. I don't necessarily have to turn this into a decimal and divide that out to find the answer. Sometimes it's okay to just keep it as a reduced fraction. So there we go, reduced fraction, negative 284 over 3 is the final answer.